I've read about
What the hell is this, Munchies?
2/3 of it because it scared me so much last night. I had to stop reading.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So here's my
So
story.
annoying.
I was 16. I'm black. I have a family down in Alabama. They farm
I'm
and own
black.
a huge amount of land down in Huntsville. My
Whoa,
uncle owns a
shit.
big house and a bunch of trailers they put out in the woods for hunting or camping. My down south
12 minutes though,
cousins
fuck.
suggest that we go out
Munchies
there to
down.
camp. Now, I'm a city kid from Chicago, so they tease the fuck out of me. They collect food, they kill a pig and some chickens, and bring necessities to camp out for a few days. We get to the camp, and it's obvious something's weird. The air has this weird electric smell, like right before a storm, like ozone. We think nothing of it and unpack and go down to a little creek to swim for a few hours, and all of a sudden some older white guy and a white teenager come out of the bushes. He has a shotgun in the crook of his arm and says,
The only reason I don't like you because you can tell they fake because this shit's not like a book. Like you write too well. I know you in fucking like for some type of fucking reading class or some
hello,
shit.
and asks us what we're doing
Book
this far
school
back in the
head ass.
woods. Tell him about my uncle, who he knows, and I say we're camping out. He tells us we need to be real careful out here and stick together because there was a big animal in the woods. His son, who's my age, asks if he can stay and hang out with us. He says okay.
I'm gonna
We
let
end
it play,
up playing
Munchies.
football, dicking around with me.
I'm doing
There's
shit
this
else,
white
fuck
kid,
it.
Tanner, 5 of my cousins, and then 4 of
There's
their
always a
friends.
white
In
kid named
total, there were
Tanner.
5 girls and 6 boys.
Okay.
We were all around 15 to
It's because
17.
it's this. It's this, that's why. This one's always quiet.
And we ended up just dicking the day away. Eventually, we head back to the camp and pull out
Remind
some
me to
stuff
turn
for a
my sound
campfire,
down.
even though the trailers both had kitchenettes.
Oh, lovely.
Tanner says that his family's property sits up against my uncle's. He wants to run home and ask his dad if he can come out camping with us. My cousin Rooster says he's going to go with him since it's going to get dark soon. One of the girls also wants to tag along. It's about 7 o'clock and it's starting to get pretty dark. They grab flashlights and take the trail towards Tan's property. The rest of us chill. We make s'mores, drink, and kiss on the girls.
Oh my god.
Looking
I mean, that's what a
nice.
lovely night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hitting
It
on your
got
friends,
freaky.
having a s'more, having a drink.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah.
About
Stunning.
30 or 40 minutes later, there's the smell of ozone
I
again.
got me
I don't
some
know what
coochie.
ozone is.
I know either do I am confused.
I don't
Maybe
know
it's
if
an
I'm up
American
for the
thing.
damn part 2, man.
You could notice
Fuck.
it over the scent of the fire we had started, this really nasty coppery smell. Like right after you had a nosebleed and it stopped. It wasn't exactly like dried blood, but it was that metallic back of your throat smell.
Yeah.
We immediately think that it's some kind of electrical malfunction or that someone left a hot plate on or some shit. We search the trailers and nothing's on, but we all smell it. All of a sudden, we can hear people booking it down the path towards us.
Incoming
Rooster,
ad
Tan,
break.
and the girl all come running into the clearing, all out of breath. And they don't even break stride. They all run into the trailer right by where the fire is. We all get
don't
the
even
fuck
break
out of there and into the
stride.
trailers. They end up calming down. Even Rooster is crying his fucking eyes out at this point. All the while, the fire is guttering lower and lower, so my other cousin says, fuck it, and are about to go outside and get the generator out of a shed between the trailers. Tanner goes, fuck, no, lock the door. Ain't nobody else going outside. He's been crying too. His eyes are bloodshot and puffy and his pants are dirty as shit.
He fell on his ass.
He fell on his fucking ass. He goes on to tell us that they went up to his house. His father said, sure, he could go out camping, but to make sure they were careful on the way back and that maybe they should take one of the hunting rifles just in case.
That's why I say that's the only reason why I don't like
Evidently,
these.
Tanner
'cause
had seen
I
something in
want
the
to be scared. I don't want to fucking. If I wanted to read, I fucking read J.K. Rowling or something.
a yard a few days before. One of their pigs had been ripped
This
up,
ain't scary.
half eaten. They assumed it was just some big cats or coyotes, even though they don't usually
like a
fuck with
movie
live
script, though.
animals.
Pigs.
I know. Tanner
Shut
went
up.
upstairs, packed his stuff, and told his
Woman.
dad they'd be okay without the rifle because coyotes avoid people. Then they started walking back towards where we were camping. Rooster finally stops crying and shaking. The girl already had, but was now just staring out of the window with a dumb look on her face. He says they'd gotten halfway into the woods towards the camp when they started to hear shit in the forest. It was almost pitch black by this time, so they weren't sure at first what the fuck it was. The girl
I don't think
says
it's
that
a
she
damn
heard
true story
something
though.
in the
It
bush.
is off Reddit, but it's a fucking. This is cap. This motherfucker is in literary fucking school,
Right off the trail.
right in the book.
They all
Ain't none of
beamed
this
their
shit
flashlights
real,
over
man.
there, and there was someone standing in the woods, in a little hollow.
Like I said, you can tell it's
Rooster
not
said
true
that they
just
shouted
because
at
the person writing is too good of a writer. You can tell these motherfuckers, whoever wrote this story, writes for a living.
him and told him that he was scaring the fuck out of them.
Anybody else would have been like, man, niggas, I was at the store, nigga, and niggas popped out, scream.
What a dick he was.
No, this
He
is
says
well put
that's when he
together.
realised that the guy was facing away from them. Keep walking and they start smelling the nasty coppery ozone smell. They say that they
Like, it's too well like a nasty coppery ozone. Like, come on, niggas.
look
would
off
not be
into
on
the
that.
forest on the opposite side and there's a dude standing there too. Backward, slightly closer to the path. So now they start power walking and Tang keeps going, I should have taken the fucking rifle. As they're telling the story, the smell is super strong, even inside the cabin. They say that after they started walking faster, a kind of low gibbering had began coming from both sides of the wood. As they booked it back to the trailer, the girl said she flashed her light out to the side of them and saw something jerking itself through the wood. The gibbering
Drake
just got
story.
loud.
Oh God! As soon as you said that, niggas jerking itself outside. Come on, gang. Drake story.
Jerking itself through the wood. The gibbering just got
Jerking itself.
louder and louder, and when they could see the light from our campfire,
itself
something
is
had
crazy.
come out of the woods about 40 yards behind them onto the track. Then they just flat out ran as hard as they could to the trailer. So we're out in the fucking woods, and we're assuming at this point it's some rednecks or some shit trying to fuck with us. All of a sudden, my other cousin, Junior, starts going on about how he went to school with a native kid that was telling him about the goat man. or
The
some
goon
shit.
man. Not your average gooner. He's a gooner that died and went to the afterlife, and he wasn't satisfied with the goonery that he did in the natural realm. So he's half in the
We
astral
probably
realm
tell him
and
to
half in
shut
this
the
realm.
fuck up
gooning
because we
his
don't need any
days
spooky
away.
talk right now. But he keeps going on and on about how it's the
Destroying your
fucking goat man and how
sanity.
we're in his woods and blah blah blah. Now at the time I'd never heard of this goat man or any of that. But then a couple of years ago, the year before I graduated college, I had a mean on for a
The only
roommate
ghost
and I
that
ended up
smokes
asking him about
Muhas.
it. To sum it up, it's basically a fucking
In the
man with
fucking
the head
woods,
of a
just
goat. He can shapeshift and get among groups of people to
They're
terrorize
blowing
them.
clouds in the woods.
It's also
just
supposed to
jerking
be
it.
kind of like
You
the
feel me?
Wendigo. It's bad mojo to even talk about it, and even worse if you see it. Keep in mind,
Yeah, you see that shit. Your ass gonna be scarred even if it
I
don't
didn't know
kill
this
you.
back when I was 16.
Jerking
So my
off
cousin is
Muha,
going,
smoking ghosts.
the goat man's going to get in and fucking get us. The girls are all terrified,
I'm
and my
listening. I'm
cousins and
playing
I are
Pokemon so I can pay attention.
all fucking trying to figure it out if it's just some hillbillies or an animal. All of a sudden, the smell just goes away. To this day, I haven't experienced anything like it. Obviously, smells usually fade away or lessen, but it's
Yep,
literally, it was there 1
TCGP.
second and not the next. So it's after an hour, making it around 9 or 10 p.m. We've stopped shitting bricks enough to go back outside and stoke the fire again. We figure it was just some assholes trying to fuck with us, so we don't go back home because we
Fucking
think if we
assholes.
do, they'll chase us through the woods or some crazy shit. Nothing else weird happens that night. We stay another night, and for the main part of that night, nothing
Babe,
happens.
you in there?
But at about 1 in the morning,
Oh shit, she not.
we're outside getting drunk and telling ghost
Yeah.
stories. As someone is finishing some spooky story, I don't remember what it was about, the smell comes back. It's so fucking strong that one of the girls literally starts vomiting. I stand up and you can actually feel how clammy the air is. I say we should
Not
get inside
vomiting,
and
you
that
gotta
this isn't
leave.
right. We
You
should have
need
just
to
fucking
leave.
left. We all go back inside and we're standing around. My cousin keeps going on about how it's the goat man. My other cousin Rooster tries to shut him the fuck up, and all the while I'm just feeling like something's wrong and I can't figure out what it is. We end up sitting in there for a while. The smell is just as strong and we're terrified and we're all huddled in this camper. We end up cooking brats for everybody. I don't know what that is.
I don't give a fuck how scary it get. You can't be throwing up, man.
Is it?
I don't
Yeah,
give a shit, man.
It's hot dogs.
Gonna be ruining. It already smell like metallic goddamn blood.
We end up cooking hot dogs for everybody because
I love sausages, but then I love pigs, so what does that mean?
We end up cooking brats for everybody because no one wants
Your
to go
ass just
outside.
fat. She always. I love pigs. I love fucking sausage. I love.
It's one of those packs
Shut
with
up.
4 brats where you have
Have you realized that she only speaks when they talk about pigs or food?
a total of about 3 packs. I grill them on the stove and give everybody a hot dog, and then I get mine. After a while, one of my cousins gets up and goes over to the pot to get another one. He starts grumbling about how I got 2 brats and everyone else got 1, and I look at him like he's fucking stupid. I tell him that everybody only got 1 because there were only 12 brats, and that if he wanted more, he should open up a new pack and cook some more. That's when the girl that had been out with Rooster
Man,
in
for
town
real,
just
what the
starts
fuck?
screaming,
Get out
"Oh,
my food."
Jesus! Oh, Lord, get it out!" She's crying and shivering, and then it dawns on the cousin standing up, what the fuck is wrong? Me and him both glance around the room, and I feel my heart fucking sink. I run the fuck out of the cabin, and the girl runs out with us. The trailer door is banging against the side of the trailer as everyone books it out. One of my cousin's friends asks us what the fuck was wrong. I start counting us. There's only 11 now. I shit you not, my cousin verified. There had been 12 people in the cabin, but being that everyone didn't really know each other well, nobody had noticed the whole fucking time that there was an extra person.
Oh, shit.
And then I realised earlier that I had kind of noticed something was off. You know how when you're just dicking around having a good time, that you don't sweat the small shit and you don't always keep track of certain stuff? I'm dead sure that someone else had been in the trailer with us.
Oh.
And that they had been there for at least a fucking day and eating with us.
Oh, wow.
What makes it worse is that I couldn't figure out who it was because I don't think anyone ever actually interacted with the other person or the goat man. The girl kept praying to Jesus, and we're all sitting outside. Eventually, we get big-ass sticks and go back in the cabin, but there's nobody in there. We count again, and there's 11 people. We go back into the trailer and lock the door. We explain what the fuck happened. The girl says that she realised too, and that when she was about to say something, the person sitting next to her had grabbed her leg, leaned over towards her and said something she couldn't understand. So we are pretty much scared as fuck as we huddle together, and then I fall asleep. When I wake up, the sun is just coming up and half the people are asleep and the other half are packing our shit up. We all want to... Well, says that she realised too, and that when she was about to say something, the person sitting next to her had grabbed her leg, leaned over towards her and said something she couldn't understand. They never actually interacted with the other person or the ghost. They when you're just dicking around having a good time, that you don't sweat the small shit and you don't always keep track of certain stuff? I'm dead sure that someone else had been in the trailer with us. And that they had been there for at least a fucking day and eating with us.
Oh, wow.
What makes it worse is that I couldn't figure out who it was because I don't think anyone ever actually interacted with the other person or the goat man. The girl kept praying to Jesus, and we're all sitting outside. Eventually, we get big-ass sticks and go back in the cabin, but there's nobody in there.
Big-ass
count
sticks.
Again, and there's 11 people.
Not no little-ass
We go back
sticks.
into the trailer and lock the door.
Sticks.
We explain what the
From
fuck happened.
Discord.
The girl says that she realised too, and that when she was about to say something, the person sitting next to her had grabbed her leg, leaned over towards her and said something she couldn't understand. So we are pretty much scared as fuck as we huddle together, and then
You gonna get y'all ass Muha smoked and jerked,
I
nigga.
fall asleep. When I wake up, the sun is just coming
Big-ass
up, and half the
sticks.
people are asleep, and the other half are
Might as
packing
well
our
went
shit
out there
up.
fucking.
We all want to walk back home, but like 4 people want to stay until the sun is all the way up, and some people think that we're just fucking around, and they still want to stay at the trailers. I just want to get out of the woods. The girl's name was Kira, the one that the goat man had touched.
Oh, gross.
Anyway, I asked her if she really thinks it was something bad, and she says she just wants to go home and she doesn't want to be out in the woods alone for another night. So we decide to split up. Before the
Man, facts, man. I ain't gonna lie, nah. Crying baby, that's an OP weapon, man. Throw a crying baby on the
go
nigga,
can
man.
go. But I have to stay
your
because I have the
ass
keys to the cabin, and
situated,
it's my
man.
uncle's, and I have to lock up. I'm super pissed at this point because I feel like people aren't taking this shit seriously, and I definitely
This
didn't want to
nigga
be out in
definitely
the
ain't
woods
black.
for
He
another
lied
night.
about this.
I spent the rest of the day trying
Fuck
to
you
convince
doing
the
in the
rest of the
woods?
people, now 4 girls and 4 guys, to get the fuck out of Dodge. Tanner leaves
Eating
with them
bratwurst
to
and
go
shit.
get a rifle
Who
and
is
says he's
this
going to be
nigga?
back. So there
Who
are
is
just
this
7
nigga?
of
Fucking Myron from Fresh and Fit? Ain't no way, man.
us left by 4 p.m. At around
Ain't no
5
way.
p.m, he hasn't made it back yet. We're getting extremely fucking antsy. The only reason
Nah, Tanner is. I ain't gonna lie. I got a homie named Tanner, and he white as hell. That nigga got a... Man, that nigga look like... What's the dude name, man? From that fucking movie, man. He look...
stopped begging them to
Tanner
leave
is
because
like...
he went to get a
like,
gun.
It's not even racist, but like, my
At
boy
about
was like...
5:30 p.m. or so, the one cousin that did
It is
stay
racist, man. That boy
says
was
that the
black.
girl Kira
Oh,
is
shit, thank you.
outside.
It's alright.
We all look outside, and sure enough, she's standing by the fire pit with her back to the cabin. I'm thinking to myself, if she was so
Okay.
fucking scared, why the hell would she come back? And then I get this nasty
He remind me of
feeling in
Joe
my
Dirt, my
gut.
nigga Tanner. That's
Keep
the
in
movie,
mind,
Joe
the whole
Dirt.
time the coppery smell had been
Joe
gone,
Dirt.
and now I realise I can smell a twinge of it. I say this to the rest of them,
Thank you.
everybody, And these are the fucking people that want to stay in the woods after we had this goddamn goat man in our midst. They're all laughing at me. And they're asking if I set this up to scare them. I'm looking at them like, I'm not fucking bullshitting you, alright? I asked them why the fuck would I play like that? So one of the girls goes outside to get Kira. She gets halfway to her and stops cold.
Oh,
Kira
that's tight though. That's
starts
good. That's fire.
heaving. I don't know how the fuck to describe it. It's sort of like if someone with their back turned was laughing, but without actually making any fuck.
Jesus, fuck
Oh my
me.
God.
Well, hold
Any
on.
laughter starts heaving. I don't know how the fuck to describe it. It's sort of like if someone with their back turned was laughing, but without actually making any fuck.
Jesus, fuck
Oh my
me.
God. Sort of like if someone with their back turned was laughing without actually making any sound. It was this fact that made me realise there was
What
not
happened?
a fucking
Exactly. That's why I'm. What happened? Why she jumped? I'm like, nigga, Jesus, fuck me.
sound in the whole
Damn, he talked to
woods.
Jesus
It
like
was
that?
dead silent. This was like late September.
That's why I'm Muslim.
I step out of the door
He talks all like
and tell the
that.
girl to come back in the
Someone should grab her leg, nigga.
fucking trailer right goddamn now. She backs up into
Or she getting fucked off screen.
it and we lock the fucking door. We pull down all the shades except one and put a guy there in a chair to watch Kira. She stands there for another 20 minutes or so. Eventually the guy turns to say that she's still there and there's a huge fucking bang on the door. Oh, that's
Susie's
part end of part one.
Susie's
Thank
just breaking the
you.
microphone.
Put my trust in you, can't believe I really did that.
Hate myself for that shit.
Now I'm sitting here trying to figure my shit at.
Where the fuck my mind at, man?
All the time I lost, man, I'll never get back.
I'll never get that shit back.